Hello, everyone. Welcome to brand new episode of Family First Myth Busting Session. I'm Shivani Kanwal, dietitian and diabetes educator and member of Family First platform. Today we have Dr. Neha with us, who will be helping us to know about physiotherapy and COVID, because the pandemic is going on and we are getting so many messages. So many messages are floating on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, and people are not really getting the authentic information. So today she would be busting all the myths for us. So before we start, I would like to, tell about Dr. Neha. So Dr. Neha is basically, she's a physiotherapist having a master's degree in orthopedic physiotherapy, has been awarded the best physiotherapist consultant title for entire Delhi and NCR consecutively for 3 years. That's really great, Dr. Neha.
Thank you,
And
Shivani.
she is practicing in Gurugram and has 19 years of clinical experience. Also, she has been facilitated by the Delhi government for her contribution towards healthcare. She has been also honored by Nari Gaurav Samman Award. That's really amazing, Dr. Neha. We are glad you are part of Family First.
Thank you, Shivani, for the introduction.
Yeah, so now as we know about Dr. Neha, let's know a little bit about Family First. You people know a lot about it already, but just a little information about Family First. So Family First is one of its kind, and it is a platform made by doctors to make things easy for the patients, as the patients are all there, under one roof of all the specialities, from homeopathy to gynecologist to dietitian to Ayurvedic specialist and all the doctors. So you can always join us, in very minimal amount, and that is rupees 599 for 1 year, wherein you get 4 consultations absolutely free for yourself and your family members. So now we can start with the session, Dr. Neha.
Yeah, sure, Shivani.
Great. So we have received a lot of myths from a lot of patients. So would like to start from this one particular question, that is it okay to do exercise when you get COVID, and when should they be started? Because as you also know, जैसे ही किसी को पता लगता है कि COVID है, they start searching on YouTube or on, they start asking their relatives कि क्या exercise करें जिससे हमारा oxygen level जो है वो नहीं गिरे. So kindly give some light on that.
So very nice question asked, Shivani. So before starting answering on this question, I would like to mention that it's not a general thing that you should exercise in COVID or you should not exercise during COVID. So there are certain criteria which we should keep in mind before starting the exercises if you get COVID. So like if you are having fever, or if you're having shortness of breath, if you're having dizziness, or if you're having palpitations. So I will advise that for initial 8 to 10 days, don't do any form of exercises. Just take rest. Just try to be as calm as possible. Do your steam, medication, whatever advised by your doctor. Do simple but still, if you are not getting shortness of breath and you are like just in the quarantine period and you're not getting any dizziness or palpitations, so I will advise it's very important to do simple breathing exercises even when you get COVID and you are into the quarantine period. And now comes the breathing exercises. Breathing exercise doesn't mean that you have to do deep inhalations while you are in the quarantine period. Just a simple relaxed breathing. Inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. So that's simple exercises you can do during COVID. And second, it's very important to just keep moving your toes and ankle. So like we call it ankle toe pumps, so that your blood circulation is getting pumped and there are least chances of getting clot or clotting or thrombosis, we call in medical language. Right. So it's important to at least keep moving inside the room. So these are the simple things you can do during COVID, and we call it very mild exercises for the initial 10 days. If we are not getting a shortness of breath, dizziness, and if we are not having high fever. So then you can do these exercises.
Right. So I think this is very much clear to everyone, because, about conscious breathing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a conscious breathing only. Yeah. Right, so like simple, just inhale through nose, exhale through mouth. So it not only helps in building your lung capacity, but it also calms you. So it acts on our nervous system and it just release your anxiety, your stress, which you are going through as soon as you get COVID. So generally, if you will be calm, you will be less anxious, your oxygen level will also not drop.
Right.
So
And
all things are interrelated.
right, and not to forget the trick she has told us, so that the better blood circulation is there and no
Yeah.
chances of thrombosis should happen. So this leg palm thing she has told, you must try that. And
Yeah.
anybody has COVID in your family or in your friends, do tell them about this knowledge, because this is not from the WhatsApp university, this is from
Yeah.
the right doctor here.
Very true.
So yeah, thank you so much, Doctor. Other than that, the next question which we have got is that what precautions are required while doing exercises during COVID? Because some people really get mad about it, and I would say they actually get anxious and they check YouTube and every Baba and every fitness expert to see that what can be done so that I recover fast from the problem. So yeah, please tell us the precautions also, because that is what people should know about.
So first of all, the precaution is like it's very important before starting the exercises. Just measure your PO2 level in oximeter, and and after exercise also measure your PO2 level. And if you are noticing that after exercise my PO2 level is dropping significantly, then stop the exercises and consult your physician. So don't do exercises if your PO2 level is falling down.
Okay.
Second, it's very important if after the exercises you are really feeling hard of breathing or shortness of breath, like आपका सांस फूल रहा है बहुत ज्यादा, सांस नहीं ले पा रहे हैं या आप suffocating feel कर रहे हैं, then don't do exercises. So like it's not that you push yourself while doing exercises. So these are the indicators that if you have started the exercise and you're feeling that I am getting these symptoms, then stop the exercises. Third is very important that while doing the exercises, you don't have to do any strenuous exercise. Like it's allowed to walk little bit inside the room, but don't do jogging or don't do running. Think even when you're not getting any symptoms. If you're feeling that, okay, I'm doing fine, I'm not getting any symptoms, it's just do walk and simple movements in the room, but don't start any strenuous activity. That's very important, because कई लोग सोचते हैं कि हमें तो कोई symptoms नहीं आ रहे, it's better utilize this time, better exercise during this period. So don't do strenuous activity at all. So first is oxygen level. Second, no strenuous activity. Third, if you're getting any sign of shortness of breath, any sign of dizziness, any sign of palpitation or too much fatigue, then stop the exercises.
Rightly
These are simple
said.
precautions, yeah.
Rightly said. And I think everybody should take care of these precautions, because as we always say, precautions are very, very important, and you should definitely know about the benefits, but you should definitely know about the precautions of anything. And doctor has already told us about it. So please go slow with yourself. If you have got COVID, it's time to take rest, give rest to your body rather than just exerting yourself, by doing any kind of workouts.
Yeah. So one thing I really want to add it, Shivani, here, that I will like really ask people and request people that just don't follow everything what is being circulated in the WhatsApp or in the YouTube. So every person body is responding differently to the COVID and COVID symptoms. So it is not being generalized for everyone. So if you want to exercise, so please do consult your physiotherapist once, that this is my condition, how much I am allowed to do, what precautions I should take. So just don't follow randomly. It can really adverse your effects or condition during your COVID.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in case if you have any medical history also, any previous medical history also, it is definitely recommended that you talk to your physiotherapist first and then do anything. And also, if you have any queries, you can always post in the comment section also. Our doctor would be helping you to answer about the questions. So yeah, another question, doctor, which we have got right now is that, is it important to do breathing exercises even when you are recovered from COVID or when your quarantine period is over?
Very relevant question you asked, Shivani, because mostly again people have this myth that अब तो हमें कोविड ठीक हो गया, अब क्यों एक्सरसाइजेस की जरूरत है, या अभी तो हमारा PO2 लेवल ठीक है, so अब क्यों हमें एक्सरसाइजेस की जरूरत है. But here the trick is, because already during quarantine or when you are suffering from COVID, you are not doing any major exercise or any strenuous exercise. So once you recover from COVID, that's the time, real time comes when you need to start the breathing exercises, because you have to increase your lung capacity, you have to increase your breathing capacity, that you should not have shortness of breath or breathlessness while walking, while doing your strenuous activities. Because once you get back to your normal routine or your daily activities, you will start feeling that थक रहे होंगे आप बहुत जल्दी, सांस फूल जा रहा है आपका बहुत जल्दी.
Yes, we call it a post-COVID rehabilitation.
It comes in the post-COVID rehabilitation or post-COVID recovering, or we can say bouncing back from COVID.
Right.
So it's very important once you recover from COVID, then we can put importance of the breathing exercises here, and then again consult a physiotherapist that what type of exercises now we should start, and what are the precautions I have to follow, and how much my body now can take the strain of doing the exercises. So just building your lung capacity and again gaining the strength in your lungs is very important once you recover from COVID. Because as you all know, anyways, COVID is still prevailing, and we never know when another wave of COVID can come. So you have to be prepared for future, that again, if COVID arrives, my lungs should be healthy enough to deal the stress.
Absolutely. We are hearing about the third wave already. So we need to make sure that our lung capacity is already good enough. Yeah. So you have brilliantly answered, doctor. So the next question which we have got is that are only breathing exercises enough, or any other exercises also important?
Okay. So breathing exercise is the first part, which is must. But again, now comes to, because like I'm already seeing so many patients who after recovered from COVID, they're calling me that before COVID, we were at least able to walk, we were at least able to do our household work. But once we recover from COVID, we are not able to get up from the bed. Even going to the washroom is becoming difficult for people. Even like for ladies, doing simple cooking is getting difficult. So it's very important that you need your strength back in your legs, in your arms, in your lower back, in your neck. So all these muscles, they become weak during the COVID period because a lot of medication you are taking, you're totally on rest for 15 days. Your body has been gone through the tremendous stress, both mental and physical.
Absolutely.
So it's very important that you strengthen up your muscles, strengthen up your leg muscles. And so there are simple exercises to start with. Again, there are leg strengthening exercises, there are arm strengthening exercises. Again, you can start with the mild exercises, gradually see your stamina level as it's recovering, gradually then increase your level of exercises. Then you can come on to the little bit of weight training, also little bit of weight bearing exercises, which we do in a standing position. So like I really believe that the formula or the theory of doing the exercises is like little and frequent. So like little exercises and frequent episodes of exercises. Like don't try ki ek baar mein 1 घंटे का workout करें, 10 minute करके. Try to do every 2 hours. So it's like more frequency is required, and the duration should be lesser. So that really helps in preventing you from any side effects of doing exercises or the like gaining strength faster. It will really motivate you that you are picking up, and make a chart of doing the exercises. That first day I have done this much of exercise and this much of repetitions. Second day, try to progress. If you have done 10, next day try to take it to 15, or if your body is allowing, take it to 20. So make a chart of it, and then again follow up with your physiotherapist that how I am recovering, what's my prognosis. So all this has to be discussed again.
Right. So as we say, slow and steady always wins the race. So it is in the same case of COVID. You have to make sure you give your body time. You understand your body. You know, listen about your body, what exactly your body is trying to tell you. And I can totally understand post COVID. It's already, you feel very weak. You don't have even that much of energy to get up from the bed, and as you said, go to even washroom. It becomes so there's a lot of this. So make sure that you
like we can do like, even I know because of COVID you cannot visit your doctor or visit your physiotherapist. So like you don't need to visit a physiotherapist for that. You can simply do an online consultation with a physiotherapist. You can just tell your history of your problems, and your physiotherapist can guide you with the set of exercises on the online consultation only. She or he can give you the exercises in the video form, what to do, what not to do.
Which is great, I think. If you're a Family First member, you get a free consultation with Dr. Neha, and you get an amazing chance to learn about these exercises. And if you're not, then what are you waiting for? Please join Family First so that you can get a free consultation with her and understand about these very, very important things. Because I think suffering from COVID and then recovering from it, but the part which is later, after that, that's really crucial, and that's very difficult also. So it's very important. important that you recover with your muscles, all these issues which you have, the weakness of the muscles. Take care of your diet as well, take care of your protein as well at the same time. So yeah, these things can definitely help.
So I would really like to add here, Shivani, that as you asked, that is the exercises, any other exercise than breathing exercise.
Yes.
So other than simple exercises, very important to gain your stamina and to endurance. So for that, it's very important that you start your half an hour walk once you recover from COVID. See that if you're not getting too much of shortness of breath and if your body is coping, then try to increase to 35 minutes after a few days, then to 40 minutes, 45 minutes. But walking is very important.
Any exercises under the guidance, you talk to your doctor first and then start with it. Do not do anything just by checking on WhatsApp or YouTube, just like that randomly. Always make sure to talk to your doctor first and then start with anything. Also, doctor, I want to know one thing. I've been seeing these videos on WhatsApp all the time. It has been circulating like anything कि लोगों को कोविड हो रहा है तो उन्हें जोर जोर से मार रहे हैं, मतलब ठोक रहे हैं, जिसको हम बोलते हैं, ठीक है. They are doing that. How does that help with oxygen, like increasing the oxygen? I mean, this is a question I think a lot of people must be thinking that it is right or something, since it's a myth busting session. So I would really like to ask this question to you, because I have been getting this video since a long time, and a lot of people are forwarding me कि किसी को भी problem होता है तो you do this technique and this will help. So yeah, please tell us about it.
Yeah, it's like again, I am myself is seeing lot of videos circulating, and like I would like to say these are very raw videos. मतलब उसका बहुत ही क्रूर तरीका है वो करने का जो वीडियोस में सर्कुलेट हो रहा है. So we it like in our chest physiotherapy we call it cupping therapy. So in this what we do, like we make a cup like this with our hands and we just tap on the patient chest or on the back wherever required. But again, it's not कि जैसे videos में दिखा रहे हैं कि बस ठोक रहे हैं और कहीं भी ठोक रहे हैं.
Yeah, it's not tapping at all.
Yeah, it's like the word you use is like literally ठोक रहे हैं. So ऐसे नहीं करना है बिल्कुल भी. So just consult with your doctor पहले कि whether it is really required also or not. And depending on the chest x-rays or depending on the CT scan, we see कि secretions जो हैं वो कहाँ deposit हो गए हैं. क्योंकि हमारी lungs में there are many dead spaces. जहां तक हम normal breathing में जब हम कर रहे हैं या coughing कर रहे हैं या steam कर रहे हैं तो वहां तक हमारा इफेक्ट नहीं पहुंचता है, वो जिसको हम डेड स्पेसेस कहते हैं. तो उसके लिए कपिंग थेरेपी जरूरत होती है कि जो सीक्रेशंस वहां जाके डिपॉजिट हो गए हैं, जो कफ वहां जाके डिपॉजिट हो गया है, तो उसको बाहर निकालना है. तो उसके लिए तो ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि आपको किस पोजीशन में पेशेंट को लेटाना है. इट्स नॉट कि आप सीधा लेट गए या पेट पे लेट गए. डिपेंड्स अगेन कि आपके कौन से पार्ट ऑफ द लंग में आपकी सीक्रेशंस ज्यादा डिपॉजिट है. सो लाइक यू हैव टू कंसल्ट योर फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट आफ्टर गेटिंग अ चेस्ट एक्सरे एंड सीटी स्कैन that how we have to do, in which position we have to lie or in which position our patient has to lie down. दूसरा, it's very important again कि किस जगह आपको करना है, positioning हो गई, and then कि किस जगह आपको tapping करनी है, cupping करनी है. So and it has to be just not that कि patient feel uncomfortable. Sometimes अगर आप ये ज्यादा जोर की cupping कर देंगे या ज्यादा जोर की ऐसे ये ठोकने वाली एक्सरसाइज करेंगे पेशेंट के ऊपर तो even ribs fracture तक हो जाती है. So it can be really scary. And कई बार अगर आप बस जनरल वे में अगर आप कपिंग कर रहे हैं, कहीं पे भी कर रहे हैं, so क्या होगा कि सीक्रेशंस एक जगह से निकल के दूसरी जगह जाके डिपॉजिट हो जाएंगे या कहीं और ब्लॉक हो जाएंगे. So I will suggest कि just वीडियोस देख के ऐसे करना नहीं शुरू करें. Just अगर करना भी है तो just consult with the physiotherapist, उससे सीख लें कि कैसे करना है आपको, and then do it, not randomly just after watching the videos. It's really risky.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think everybody knows about it, and now the myth has been busted. So again, thank you, Dr. Neha, for that. And if you have any queries or if you have seen any WhatsApp video like that, you can mention in the comment section so that again Dr. Neha can help you with. And if you want to consult her, you can always do that. You can connect on the number which is already mentioned in the screen. So another thing, Dr. Neha, we are listening too much about pruning. Right, and it has been helping a lot of people also. I have seen it in my close relatives as well, that it does help. But a lot of people do not know that how to be, it has to be done, and who all can do it, what should be the SpO2 level at that particular time, who cannot do it, about the pregnant ladies. So I would want you to tell a little about pruning, and is it advisable for everybody?
So proning is a good thing to increase the oxygen level, but again, it comes with certain contraindications and certain people who cannot do that. Like it's highly contraindicated for the pregnant ladies. Pregnant ladies cannot lie on the stomach and do this proning. So even the heart patients who have a pacemaker inside attached to their heart, so they should not do proning exercises. Even the patients who have got bypass surgeries, they should not do proning activities. So, and plus there are many people who once make you lie down on the proning position, they get too much of shortness of breath या सांस फूलने लगता है उनको, so उनके लिए advisable नहीं है proning. But otherwise, if like you're not getting any of these hyper symptoms and your oxygen level is dropping below 94 PO2 94 level, then you can try proning at home. And again, proning ke liye it's very important the positioning of the patient. So it should be comfortable. Your head level should be lower than your body. So just keep a pillow under your neck so that your head slightly dips down. There should be pillow under your pelvic area so that your belly doesn't get compressed. मतलब पेट बहुत ज़्यादा दबना नहीं चाहिए. It can give you otherwise nausea feeling. It can really make you do vomiting also. Because अगर पेट दबेगा तो you can spit out all the food or it can be. So like पेट के नीचे पिलो नहीं हो. पेट के नीचे का हिस्सा जो होता है थोड़ा, उसे pelvic area कहते हैं. तो वहां पे एक पिलो रखें. गर्दन के नीचे एक पिलो रखें जिससे सिर आगे रहे, एंड एक पिलो रहना चाहिए आपका टोज के नीचे, अगेन जिससे कि ब्लड सर्कुलेशन पंप होता रहे. सो in this position you can lie and you can do the proning exercise, and then proning में लेट के just a simple breathing exercise again, which we call it relaxed breathing exercise, that inhale through nose, exhale through mouth, inhale through nose and exhale through mouth. So it helps in making your PO2 level better. And but again, it's as I said before also, it's very important to notice your PO2 level before proning also by oximeter. And against one you do that, keep an oximeter near you. जब आप प्रोनिंग पोजीशन में आ जाएं, put a oximeter in your middle finger, properly इसको fit करने के बाद में just check your oxygen level. If it's recovering and you are able to bear that position, keep lying in that position. But if you are seeing that आपको symptoms और खराब हो रहे हैं या oxygen level और dip कर रही है, that I would like to stop proning position, then don't keep continuing that position. And then proning का ही एक और वर्जन होता है जिसको हम साइड लाइन में भी करते हैं. So उसमें भी आपका, उसमें एक पिलो आपका वेस्ट के नीचे रहेगा, एक गर्दन के नीचे रहेगा और एक पैर के नीचे. So again, many people are not comfortable on lying on stomach, so they can do in the side lying also. So that really helps.
So Dr. Neha, I have a question in that case. So as you said कि जिन लोग का भी bypass हुआ है या फिर जिनको भी pacemaker है, they cannot do the proning जो हम एक back वाला side करते हैं ना. So can they do the side one, the sideway proning?
हाँ, they can do the side one, yeah. Okay. Yeah, even the pregnant ladies can do the side ones. Okay. So these pacemaker patients can do on the side one. That is okay.
That is okay. So I think that's a great information for everybody, because especially please understand this thing, that do not do anything just by checking on WhatsApp or anywhere, Facebook or anywhere. Do consult your doctor for anything, and proning should not be done if you are pregnant, if you have any pacemaker, or if you have gone through any bypass surgery. So
and even like when the patients are feeling restless or while resting down during COVID, now I will advise that don't lie straight completely. So take a pile of pillows and lie in the inclined position. So like थोड़ा सा आपका सिर raised हो जाएगा, and आपको बिल्कुल सीधा नहीं बैठना है, थोड़ा सा ऐसे inclined होके बैठना है. उससे आपको you will feel relaxed, सांस नहीं फूलेगा आपको, and you will be able to bear that position. So for resting position is also very important कि आप किस में rest कर रहे हैं. And again, as I said, it's very important just to keep changing your position. Don't be in one position for a prolonged period. उठते रहे, थोड़ा कमरे में ही टहल लें, simple bed से उठना खड़ा होना, बैठना उठना खड़ा होना करते रहे. Just simple activities.
But yes, it is important to stay a little active, right?
Little active. It's very important. So little mobility is required. So you don't have to be just in one constant posture, one constant position. Just keep moving a little bit inside the room.
Because a lot of people, they just do not get up from their bed only, for the whole 14 days till the time they don't get tested negative. So it is very important that you keep on, getting up from your bed and walking a little bit, at least from your kitchen to your bedroom, and
Yeah.
then again you can sit and you can relax, and then again you can do
One important thing, just try to pass that time watching good movies, comedy movies देखें, कुछ अच्छी अच्छी अगर टीवी पे भी देखना है, so don't see always depressive videos. You don't listen to everyone कि इसने ये advice दी है, उसने advice, so it will really confuse you and make you more panic, and then that in turn again will lower your PO2 level. So just try to relax as much as possible. Read a good book.
And
Just
we all know that stress reduces,
yeah,
our
immunity
suppresses our
levels.
immunity also. So yeah, we need to make sure of that and stay totally away from WhatsApp University.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
very
very
important.
important
So
because you get so many advices,
yeah,
and then a person really gets confused, and then the person gets scared also that,
yeah.
oh, अगर ऐसा होता है तो मुझे तो ये चीज नहीं हो रही है. So am I the person जिसकी ज्यादा तबीयत खराब होने वाली है? So
Yeah.
yeah, we have to take
So
care of
sometimes we say na little ignorance is also bliss. So
absolutely.
sometimes like thoda unaware bhi rehna, it's like it's good. So you don't need to go in too much in the depths. Just follow simple tips and you will recover soon. Most of the people are recovering very well if they just don't take too much of stress and just have they accepted that we have to now stay in quarantine for 15 days. So just watch good movies, book padho, acha thoda sa meditation karo. Just like try to be like nikalna ye time, just pray to God, keep talking your loved ones on the phone. You can talk on the phone always, there's no limitation on that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Very well said, Doctor. The last question which we have got for you is that what tips would you like to give to everyone, regarding the health during these times, because now I think, because I am also seeing this thing now, people actually understand about good health. Now they know that health is wealth.
Yeah.
Finally, so what would be the advice which you would like to give to our all the very important followers and the people who are watching this video?
So like this advice will be, I will like to give to all those people, as most of us are in lockdown nowadays and we are at home only, we are at just sitting whole day, we are in the sedentary lifestyle. So it's nothing related that if you have got COVID or if you have recovered from COVID in general. So to everyone, because we are not going out, we are not socializing, we are not going to gym, we are not doing outdoor activities. So it's important to set a good protocol of exercise. Just give your body 45 minutes to 1 hour to the exercise. Do whole body workout. Just follow some good exercise videos, or just consult a physiotherapist about your body pattern and all the exercises you can do. So I've seen people whose body are active or they were physically active before COVID, and one who does good workout before COVID, they recover very well once they get COVID. Yeah.
Anyways, doctor, as we know that working out helps in
Yeah.
producing endorphin, which is again a happy hormone.
Happy hormones.
So in these scary times and these stress time, if somebody is working out, that would again help him to manage their cortisol levels and stay happy.
And
Right?
second important tip I would like to give: take care of your postures, of your sitting postures. Just don't sit on the bed whole day and doing your work on laptop, sitting on the bed, or Netflix देख रहे हैं या movies देख रहे हैं तो सिर के नीचे हाथ रख के टेढ़ा मेढ़ा देख रहे हैं. Even if you are like talking too much on phone, so just keep changing your hands. Don't keep carrying your phone in one hand only. So it's important to take care of your posture also. So nowadays most of the joint problems or health problems are coming because of the wrong sitting posture, wrong lying postures.
Right.
So
And everybody is working from home, doctors.
Yeah.
Everybody is just sitting in the wrong postures throughout the day,
Yeah.
because we are not sitting in our office chairs and everything. So
True.
any tip for that? It's just a extra brownie if we could get.
Yeah. So office chair, again, it's very important that your chair should be of that much height that your feet should rest on the floor. So कई बार chair बहुत ऊंची होती है तो आपके पैर हवा में लटक रहे होते हैं. So your feet should rest on the floor. Your arm should be, there should be arm rest in your chair. So your elbows and your forearm is resting on the chair. So otherwise अगर हवा में लटके रहेंगे तो always your neck and shoulders will get strained and you will start getting neck pain. And even your desktop level should be like that, that your laptop level should be at your screen, your eye level should be at your screen level. And अगर आपका ज़्यादा नीचे है table, just nowadays lot of inclined boards are available,
Right.
so that you can raise your laptop level. Again, your chair should be like that. There should be proper backrest in your chair, so your back doesn't get strained. So these are small things and real good investments for your health. So that's very important as we are working from home these days. And fourth, very important thing is important just to take supplements. Have proper vitamin D, have vitamin B12, calcium. So it's important to take certain supplements in your regular routine so that your bones get healthy, your nerves get healthy. Have good supplement. Consult your doctor and have a regular dose of supplements and vitamins in your, because nowadays through the diet we cannot just complete our level of nutrition or supplements we are requiring.
And anyways, right now we require extra,
Yeah. Vitamin
nutrients
C
as
is
well.
required for increasing your immunity.
True. So zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, these are very important. Make sure that you take care of them. So you can consult your doctor, your dietitian for the same. And other than that, Dr. Neha, thank you so much for such a valuable information. I think people must have got a lot of information, and a lot of myth has been busted along with me, so thank you so much for that. And so we have got a brownie point also. Doctor has told us that how to manage your posture when you are working from home, so that you do not damage your spine, do not damage your bones. So yeah, so thank you so much, Dr. Neha. Thank you so much for coming here and giving us your valuable information and your time. And to all the people, so you can consult Dr. Neha through Family First, and if you are not a member of Family First yet, you can buy Family First plan, and you can take a free consultation from Dr. Neha for any of your family member. And she's available on teleconsultations also right now, right, Dr. Neha? Yes, so she's available for teleconsultations also, so you can always connect with her. And please follow our page, please like our page, and also if you have any queries, you can always mention all your questions in the comment box. We would be happy to answer that. Dr. Neha would be personally checking them, and she would be answering all your questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shivani, for inviting me today and raising such an important topic.